That's cool.
Look, this is what they do. They pop, pop, and pop.
Finally, someone that agrees with me.
So, what type of horse breeds are there? There are breeds called the American Cream Draft, American Indian Horse, the American Paint Horse, the American Quarter Horse, the American Saddlebred, the American Warm Blood, and much more. Oh yeah, and also the Arabian Horse, and the Mustang, the American Mustang. It's the wild horse of America. And this horse here is called Perry. It's a very nice horse. So this horse here is a thoroughbred. Her name is Camila. And it's a very nice horse, although this one's a vicious horse. Don't want to get near this one. And thoroughbreds, like this one, is most known for running, and horse races. So what
do horses eat?
Okay, now what do horses eat? Horses eat lemons, apples, carrots, rotten banana skins, hay, and grass. And as you can see here, the horse is eating the hay or grass, whatever you can call it, and it's just enjoying it.
This is what we use to clean their hooves. Okay?
Okay. So he's gonna clean up the horse's hoof with the hoof picker.
Here's the hoof.
And right now he's cleaning off the poop that they step on.
The delicate part of the hoof here, this bit here is called the frog. That's a sensitive part of the hoof. These are the feathers. This is what the lady was talking about. That's the feathers. Take on the hoof like that, straight down. It's important to make sure the hoofs are kept clean, because if not, they can get infections. And if the infection gets into the bloodstream, it can be really dangerous for the horse.
Okay.
Because they can get blood poisoning, and then if it travels up to the heart and that. What we're doing, we never go round the back of the horse, always go round the front.
This is how you take care of your horse. So what you do is that you take out your horse from the stable, then get a rake and put all the poop in the wheelbarrow, and then sweep it up and keep it clean, and put some food in there, and then after you've done that, put the horse back in the stable, and you'll have a clean stable for your horse. As you can see, he's actually putting on the reins that you put on the horse's face, and you put it on like a belt. And so he's putting on the rope so he could take out the horse. And it's a pretty big horse. And he's gonna take it to a different stable so he can clean up the stable. the horse was. Now you can see that he's raking up the horse poop that comes with the hay, putting it in the wheelbarrow, and getting as much as he can.
Yep.
How many times a day do you clean the
We
stables?
muck out in the morning, and then in the afternoon we do what we call skip out. Skip out means when the stable's done, right, you'll have horses out here on both sides. If there's any poo in the middle, we take that out, and then we put the poo back down again. That's called skipping out.
Thank you. So he cleans it up in the morning, and then he puts it, and then he like skips it. So that, which means he puts the bed down and so the stable is cleaned up.
All right. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Francoise.
Why do you ride horses?
I ride horses because I really enjoy it. There's a nice sense of partnership in being able to care for an animal and to ride it.
Since when did you start riding horses?
Let's see, I started about 5 years ago, so I didn't learn until I was an adult.
Okay. Well, how do you ride a horse?
Well, learning to ride a horse takes a long time if you want to be good at it. But the basics you can tend to learn probably 5 to 10 lessons. And the first thing you'll learn to do is walk. Now, you'll see kind of in the arena behind us, these guys are in the middle of a lesson. We'll see what they're going to do. So see, you can see where someone is leading that horse and that person is cutting the horse is kind of jogging along. We call that a trot. And a trot is 4 beats. It means, so basically when you first are learning to trot, someone will often hold the reins for you. But the idea is that when you get on the horse, you need to sit nice and still. You need to keep your heels down. You need to set, kind of brace your abs a little bit. And keep your hands very gentle. Okay. And when you want to walk, you squeeze with your legs a little bit. And when you want to go a bit faster, you squeeze more. So what they're doing down at the end is going from a walk to a trot.
Okay.
And when a horse trots, we call it, basically a horse has 4 legs and the diagonal pairs of legs are moving. So what happens is the front left and the back right will lift, or the opposite. The right front and left rear will, you can see they pick up in sort of diagonal pairs. Now to stop, you sit up really straight, you take a deep breath, and you generally will pull on the reins very gently. That's how you ask them to stop.
Okay. How can you fall off the horse?
Often people will fall off because they lose their balance. So you think about, this is something that's moving, right? And unlike a bicycle, which is a fixed piece of metal, a horse can wiggle around, it can turn. So sometimes if you're riding, let's say, straight ahead, and then the horse just decides, I'm going to turn left, I'm scared. Which happens a lot here. People will come by with a pram or scooter, and the horse will just be, woof. And when that happens, sometimes if you're so focused on going forward, your body will keep going forward, but your horse will go left. And in which case, sometimes you'll fall off. Other times you lose your balance, you get scared. But usually it's fine. The arena surface is quite soft. The important thing to remember if you fall is always to take your hands and pull them in, because if you put your hand out and you land on it, it's going to hurt. Whereas if you just fall on your side, it's not so bad.
How big does the arena have to be?
It can vary. This arena is 25 meters by 60. Competition arenas, I think, tend to be 20 by 60 or 20 by 40. So ours is a little wider than typical, but it's quite nice. And this arena is really great because it was recently redone last year. We got some funding from the London Marathon charity to redo it. So everyone here was really excited because the old one used to flood at the end. So this has been, this gift to the school has been so meaningful to all of us here.
Okay, so how do you get on a horse?
So typically what you'll do is, if you look way down there, it may be hard to see, there's like a step. And what you'll do is so when you bring your horse out, the first thing you'll do is you make sure that the saddle, everything is kind of in correct position. You'll fix the stirrups, which are the leather bits that they're the metal bits that connect to the leather that you put your feet in. And what you'll do is you'll measure those. You'll try to get a rough idea of how long they should be, and that's usually the length of your arm. So you'll pull them down, and then you'll bring them over you'll basically walk your horse over to the block, and then you'll basically step up on the block, hold your saddle, and climb on. And we use the block because otherwise from the ground it puts a lot of stress on the horse's back.
Okay.
Because you're not pulling quite as far. And when you want to get off, you just take your feet out of both of the stirrups, and then you flip your leg over and you come right off.
Oh.
Which we might be able to see at the end. These guys have a little bit more time.
What was the question again?
How much time is invested in caring for the horse?
Oh, how long does it take to care for the horse?
Like every day? A lot. Because every morning we have to go and we have to arrange for their food. We need to clean their stall, which means we have to pick out all the poop. We need to reset their beds. We need to sweep, and that's just the morning. We have to do that again at night. Plus they need to be groomed. We need to clean their feet. Every probably 6 weeks, someone who's called a farrier will come, and he will come and change the horse's shoes. Sometimes they need to have a doctor or a dentist come visit, but it's a lot of work. I think people really underestimate how much care they need.
Ask her what kind of horse she owns.
What kind of horse do you own?
I don't have one yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Oh.
And if I do get a horse, I think I want to get one called a Lusitano, which comes from Portugal.
Oh.
And they're
Okay.
known for being very, very friendly and very clever, very easy to train.
Okay.
What's your favorite horse, Sarah?
My favorite horse is the Mustang, the American Mustang, the wild one.
Cool. There's a documentary about them recently that a friend of mine saw. She said it was really good. I forget the name of it though. It might be worth checking out. It was talking about how they're trying to preserve the population of wild horses in North America.